good front. Night to you sports fans, you've come to the right place. It's the NBA on 2K Sports. I'm Kevin Harlan, excited to share the broadcast table tonight with Greg Anthony and Richard Jefferson. And we'll hear from Allie LaForce on the sideline. And now the opening lineup for Boston. Pritchard and White are their guards. Down on the block, it's Tatum with Kata. And it's Brown in at the 3 spot. Shot clock at 2. And it's White missing. When you think about Derek White, here's a guy, RJ, who's really grown as a player in all ways.
Yeah, Derek makes smart plays. He's had that experience to see what works and what doesn't. And most often, he makes the necessary plays to put his team in a winning situation. Continuing to work, no give from Maxey, even amongst the bigs. He finds a shooter in motion and is confident he can threat him with the lead pass. Well done.
Celtics making a switch here. Simons is checked in.
Number 4, Anthony Simons.
And about a minute gone here in the first quarter. Maxey passes to George. The teardrop falls in.
Impressive mobility right there from George. He's fantastic at finding that space off the pick and roll.
Right side, Simon.
Oh, wow!
That is powerful.
And how about the explosiveness of Simons? Man, can he get up and finish with power?
And that'll be 2 free throws coming up. Officials on the call with the foul.
Yeah, way to play in attack mode and get to the line.
This is his first chance at the line tonight. And the first one drops. And the plan going into last season for the Sixers, Richard, was win now around their veterans. But now they have some great younger talent, too.
And with the health of Embiid and Paul George, a change to the younger players is not a bad idea, but it's still a tough decision.
That is downright unguardable. Simons knows when to go for it.
Here's Maxey. No good. Some solid defense from Brown. Tatum with it. Picked up by Edwards. Pass to Brown. Oubre with the steal. And now Philadelphia on the break. And Edwards slams it in.
And the defense to start that play was terrific. I love the fact that they attacked early in the shot clock.
Brown off to a good start as he hits his first shot attempt.
I love seeing Brown get it done inside. He's more than just a jump shooter.
Pass to Embiid. Out to Edwards. Here's Maxey. Just 5 on the clock. He gets it in there.
And once he got to the 10, I think he was surprised to find himself that wide open.
Easy possessions like that literally are just a gift. You just dream of them. He'll gladly take those.
Now, here's Simon. Pass to Tatum.
2 minutes remaining in the first. 2 minutes.
And he goes right over Paul George and slams it down.
Mercy, Jason Tatum is a bad man.
It's time to send it over now to our reporter, Allie LaForce.
Thanks, Kevin. Jaylen Brown is rounding out his game in all facets. He said, I've definitely worked on my playmaking, just being able to see the floor, making great reads, creating for my teammates, and putting pressure on the defense. Kevin, back to you.
Allie LaForce with the report. Hey, Allie, thanks. Here's Max. Jason Tatum picking up that last basket. Edwards inside. Embiid from outside. And Boston with the rebound. Three-pointer, Simon. It's hauled in by George.
And not allowing the shooter even an inch of breathing room on that one.
I'm sure they'll think twice about shooting against him next time.
Now, here's Simon. Outside Tatum. Shoots over Oubre. Tatum's shot is off.
See, that miss right there, it's why teams try to avoid the mid-range jumper these days.
And the dunk by Embiid.
Yeah, there is no way to stop that. It has not been physically created a way to stop. His length, his massive hands, he can catch any lob.
About 3 seconds between shot and game clock. Tatum with a screen on George. Simons the pass to Tatum. And misses it off the right side of the rim. It's all tied in Philadelphia. And back with the start of the second quarter in just a moment. And this has been a fairly close game through the first quarter, and we'll see what happens here in the second. And guys, what's your take so far in Philadelphia?
Yeah, in that first period, they look to push in transition at every opportunity.
It leads to some easy buckets, and I think it's given them control of the pace in this one.
On the court for the Celtics, second quarter underway. The wing pairing, it's White and Brown. Down on the block, it's Tatum with Cato. And it's Simons in at the one. Now, here's Tatum. They set the screen to the middle. Here's Cato. Oubre pulls it in. Philadelphia leading by 3. Maxey kicks to Embiid. And the basket is good. Embiid's got his second basket of the night. One thing you hear players talking about after they've been in the league for a while, Richard, they say the game slows down. When did that happen for you?
For me, it was probably my third year. The end of my third year, the game started to slow down a little bit for me. I went from 9 points to 15 to 18. The game really slowed down in that third year.
Here's Brooklyn with authority.
That is a monster finish.
Oh.
Come on, Jaylen. That's just ridiculous.
And here's Maxey outside. That's good, and he's now 3 for 4 from the field.
Obviously, this guy has a talent for scoring, able to problem solve for whatever the defense tosses at him.
Oubre against Tatum. Oh, he jams it right over Kelly Oubre. Wow.
Oh, this is how aggressive Tatum is. Excellent job of getting to the rim in a finish. Just light work.
Maxey attacking. Scored the basket. His fourth. He's only missed 1 of his 5 shots tonight.
He took it right to the rack, and look, there's no one that can stop him.
And last season, yet again, 60-plus wins, Greg, for the Celtics. One of the elite teams clearly in the league.
And the only concern was perhaps a tendency towards complacency, but after coming up short last season and with Tatum sidelined, some adversity to spark their competitive fire.
Here's Maxey, following the basket by Jaylen Brown. Embiid sets the pick for George. And George with the stuff.
Punishing the rim there. When George makes up his mind he's going to dunk it, there is not much you can do.
Outside, White. The kick out to Tatum. A three from Tatum.
When guys are moving the ball, sharing it, it makes the game so much more fun, both as a player and as a fan.
Maxey against White, and slam dunk by Maxey.
When Maxey is feeling himself, he can really fill up that stat sheet.
Here's Tatum. The flush by Tatum.
And not the prototype power forward, but he has tremendous athletic ability.
Maxey passes to Embiid. Offline with the baseline jumper. Boston trailing. And here's White. Still without a basket. And no good. Had a chance to take the lead there.
I guess even he has to miss one of those once in a while.
Maxey into the lane. And Derek White picks up the foul. That'll be his second foul of the game.
Man, it's close, but, you know, didn't get on balance quick enough.
Driving the lane. Maxey, no good.
Give the defender credit, willing to challenge the shot. Lots of other guys just let them score there.
Shot clock and game clock separated by less than 6 seconds. They set the pick. Tatum passes to Keita. Good, and it's Tatum picking up the assist. And the Celtics lead by 1.
How about Tatum shredding the D with his passing? So effective in pick and rolls.
And George kicks to Maxey. Fires the three. The shot misses. And some good action through the first 2 quarters as we reach halftime. Celtics lead by 1. And we'll be back right after this.
27. Fans, let's wrap it up and get ready for your Occupy Arena Entertainment.
And after a fairly even first couple of quarters, the second half could turn out to be a great one as both teams try to gain an edge. You know, guys, Jason Tatum has really been making it happen.
The way he was able to finish on the block was incredible there in that first half.
The question now is, will the defense keep letting him punish them inside? Or did Coach have some new ideas for them?
We've got Tyrese Maxey. Joel Embiid out there with Oubre. Then it's George. And it's Edwards in at the small forward. That's Nick Nurse's 5 as we get into the second half.
How about the boys under pressure? George's basketball IQ is as good as it gets.
Here's Keita. Nice pass. Led him to the rack perfectly for the layup. Guys, close one here. No team getting a huge advantage.
Yeah, tooth and nail fight so far, guys. These sides match up really well.
And George, here we go.
A fantastic shooter from deep. George forces defenders out, and then that just opens up the driving lanes for him.
The Celtics have been a title contender for years now. So, RJ, what do you attribute that to?
Well, their talent level has been off the charts. But something else you can point to is their defense. The Celtics have been an elite defensive team for over a decade.
And here's Maxey. After Jason Tatum getting his shot to go from deep.
And the great shooters know when they've got enough opening to go for the three. I didn't think it was a bad choice on that possession.
And we have an intentional foul there, GA. Wish I could say why.
That one's pretty strange. I mean, no idea what got into his head right there.
And the 76ers with a completely new group now. Here's Minot, and that one is stuffed right through.
And some hang time on the rim. Puts a little cherry on the top of that slam.
Well, those kind of displays of strength can get one team rolling. Bryant, 2 free throws coming up, and they call the shooting foul. And you think about the style of Sixers head coach Nick Nurse. Greg, what stands out to you?
He just has a willingness to experiment and adapt. That's a real asset with some of the challenges this roster has faced. And a big part of why this front office brought him in.
Pritchard, he's checked in for the Celtics. Boucher sets a screen for Pritchard. Cranes it from beyond the arc. And the Celtics lead by 7.
And he's shooting it at an efficient clip, but he needs to keep looking to score. It's what his team relies on him to do.
Here's Edgecombe. Yes, that goes in.
And Edgecombe likes being involved in the pick and roll. Sometimes it's pick your poison for the D, trying to guard it.
Here's Pritchard. He's guarded by Grimes. Boucher sets a screen for Pritchard. Basket counts. Pritchard's got the lead up to 7 now for Boston.
Pick works well there. Not much resistance from the D.
Yeah, that just comes down to a lack of effort. The defender has to do a better job fighting through the screen.
And so it's Pritchard with it. He'll bring it up for Boston. And now let's swing it over to Allie LaForce on the sideline.
Well, the Celtics understand that they'll be tested. Jaylen Brown said growth is a journey with ups and downs. You have to stay with it. You can't complain. Don't let it break your spirit. We've just got to keep building the right habits, keep being versatile, and keep learning from these experiences. Kevin, back to you.
Always looking to get better. Thank you, Allie. And the dunk by Edgecombe.
And you want to talk about hang time. Edgecombe is still going up while others are coming down.
Here's Pritchard. He's guarded by Grimes. That one drops for him. Pritchard's got 10 points now just in this quarter.
And look, he's not the best athlete, but he's able to create the space he needs to operate.
Pass to Watford. 58 seconds left to play in the third. And here is Drummond. Off on the layup. Here's Minot. Now Hauser. Pritchard with the ball. Shot clock at 5. Good for the 5th time in 5 shots. He remains perfect.
You know what? Feed the beast. You got to look for him every trip down because he's been out of his mind this quarter.
And the dunk by Edgecombe.
So fast and powerful. Edgecombe's drive, so explosive.
Celtics leading by 8. Here's Pritchard. 12 points for him. Inside, and the dunk by Boucher.
Oh, taking it to the rack with power.
Hammering down the two-hand slam. Edgecombe, and the dunk by Edgecombe.
And Kevin, even though they're down, he's still looking to do the spectacular, and he did.
Well, maybe this is the best time to do it. And so it's Boston, holding on to an 8-point lead heading into the break. Their lead is where it is because they've gotten good shots. A lot of good shots. And how about a look now at our assist of the game? Brought to you by State Farm.
Yeah, and I like the fact we get to see this pass one more time. A magnificent feed, and you love to see your off guard taking over the playmaking duties with this much skill.
Not just playing selflessly, but also making a smart decision with the ball.
And with 3 quarters behind us, let's see what this 4th period holds in store for us. On the court right now for the Celtics. Out on the block, it's Tatum with Tatum. The wing pairing, it's White and Brown. And it's Pritchard in at the point guard position. Here's Maxey. Tips it up. Here's Embiid. And Embiid throws it down.
The reach of Embiid with his size and wingspan, he's a real threat on the offensive glass.
White drives in. Count it. White's got his first 2 points of the night.
You love how each side has risen to the challenge throughout this one.
Nice finish.
And putting his explosive athleticism on full display there. George is capable of some highlight reel dunks.
Not surprised at all. He's shooting it well and scoring points in bunches.
Maxey, second shot opportunity. Now, here is George. And he didn't get quite enough under that one. Right the pass to Keita. Now Pritchard. He's covered by Maxey. Now Pritchard. The kick out to Tatum. Puts up a three. He makes his 10th basket of the night from the field. He has missed 2 shots from the floor.
It's been this way since halftime. Tremendous production from beyond the arc.
In the modern NBA, you have to hit threes to win games, and they've made that adjustment since the break.
I'll tell you what a good thing that he showed up today, because without him, this thing would already be over.
Simons, he's checked in for Pritchard. And Greg with the absence of Jason Tatum for the time being. Perhaps a hiatus for the Celtics as a title favorite?
Well, not to mention some of the salary cap casualties. It's not the same team that won it all in 24, but in great position once Tatum returns.
From deep, George. Another miss by Philadelphia.
Shocking that he just bricked that one. The defense got real lucky there.
And it's out of bounds. They say it was last touched by Brown. The 76ers trail by 10. Outside, Oubre. Here's Embiid. Lets loose a three. Rebounded by Brown. Now White. Got a piece of it. And stolen by Maxey. Now George jacks up a three. The three goes down.
And this is the way to stretch the floor. PG-13 with a good look from the corner, and he nails it.
Simons, Tatum outside. Now Brown. Shot clock at 6. It's Simons. Tatum. The three is off. So they foul intentionally.
Yeah, not sure what that was about. I mean, talk about a brain cramp.
Maxey, the slam dunk.
Attacking in a big moment. Maxey is not holding back.
Tatum. Now White. Tatum setting the pick for White. Here's Tatum. 6 on the shot clock. Another chance here. Off the glass.
That's a blue-collar bucket right there. Grown man basket. Put in the work. Got a second chance to score.
Maxey against White. With force. Embiid takes it to him.
And no doubt the ball is going to go to Embiid there. Needing a bucket, and he gets it.
Simons. Oh, it's good! What a move!
I mean, he makes plays like that in his sleep. The game is just far too easy.
One-handed!
When it comes down to crunch time, Maxey wants the ball in his hands.
And so Simons will bring it up for the Boston Celtics. They've led by as many as 11 points. Drives to the hoop. He answers with a dunk of his own.
Late in the game, up big, they continue to attack.
If you want to be great, you have to have that killer instinct.
Paul George. And he does not hit. And here's Boston. 7-point differential. Tatum fires. The three doesn't go. Philadelphia with the ball.
Not enough ticks left on the clock to save them tonight.
Yeah, they got to be disappointed with this result.
And here is Simons. From long range. And so it's the Boston Celtics with the W. A narrow win under difficult circumstances, Greg, as the visiting team. Great job. Thanks for that, Allie. Well, folks, that's going to do it for now. Along with Greg Anthony.
2K Sports, we have the NBA coming up. Great to have you with us. Alongside Hall of Famer Grant Hill and Coach Stan Van Gundy, this is Brian Anderson. Allie LaForce joins us from the sidelines. And now the opening lineup for Chicago. Jalen Smith is out there with Nikola Vucevic. Then there's Okoro, then it's Buzelis, and it's Giddey in at the point.
Oh, look out! Wow! Are you kidding?
Wow, B.J. Edgecombe. I have a feeling we'll be seeing a lot of these highlight reel plays over his career. What? Wait. Hey, dunks are always for the big boy.
Emphatic move by the point guard.
Well, in this league, you can see powerful plays from anyone and anywhere. Your position no longer dictates your scoring options.
Yeah, just an outstanding find by Maxey. More than willing to give it up to open teammates.
Vucevic, a screen on Maxey. Pulls it, and Okoro gets it to go. We played just over a minute here in the first. And Stan, this Chicago front office embracing a more patient approach in building with younger players.
Yeah, B.A., and admitting that in recent years, they may have skipped steps trying to leap into the playoff picture. So now, a change of course is taking place.
Just taking it right to the rim, and no one was there to greet him.
Once he gets in deep on the defense, there is no way he's missing a layup like that.
Now here's Maxey, guarded by Okoro. George outside, fires the three, and Philadelphia hits again from deep.
You're capable of shooting 40% from deep for a season. Paul George is steady from downtown.
Picked by Vucevic. Embiid brings a double team. Here's Buzelis. George defending. 4 on the clock. He takes it in, and there's the slam dunk to finish it off.
And in this action, the pick and roll, Buzelis is becoming really good at reading the defense.
Now here's Maxey. He's closely guarded. And there's the call. It's going to be an illegal screen.
The screener was leaning a bit right there. His feet may not have been planted. Pretty obvious call by the officials.
Look, you can get away with a lot in terms of screens today. You can't make it that obvious.
Here's Giddey. Uses the glass to finish the layup. Giddey's got his second basket of the game.
And sometimes defenders just forget how tall Giddey is. I mean, the 6'8" guard is solid finishing inside. And that's what they want to do. Get him open looks early.
And that one drops for him. Giddey's got 6 points.
And you like the balance here, not just falling in love with the three ball.
Here's Maxey.
Blocked! When it comes to contesting shots, Buzelis is showing us that he's got great timing.
Three-pointer, Vucevic sinks the tray.
That's how they like to see him operate. Big part of their attack.
And Maxey, here we go. Pass to Edgecombe. A minute 29 left to play in the first. Vucevic with some nice D. Here's Buzelis. He's in his comfort zone. 2 for 2 to start this one.
Just good, aggressive play by Buzelis. Not shying away from some physicality inside.
And let's swing it over to the sideline and hear from Allie.
Hey, guys. Tyrese Maxey, a late first-round pick back in 2020. He's become an all-star. He said, quote, "I've always had that chip with me from day one. I had to earn everything I got from a basketball perspective and make a name for myself. I try hard to foresee and envision this." BA, back to you.
The drive for greatness. All right, Allie, appreciate the report. Here's Embiid. And then Embiid with the dunk.
And that's the hunger that Embiid plays with. He just gobbles up the miss and goes back up for the score.
And Okoro gets it to go. Okoro's got his second bucket on the night.
And once more this half, they find a way to get great position inside.
Here's Maxey. Smith with the rebound. Chicago leading by 4. 3 seconds separate.
Oh, wow! Look out!
They're putting it on the deck. Wow. Buzelis is just dangerous on the move.
Takes one from 10 feet. The bank shot, no good. It's stolen by Maxey. Here's Oubre. Ooh, excellent D there from Smith with 1 on the clock. That shot off the mark. And so it's Chicago with a 6-point lead at the close of the quarter. Their key to consistency has been their dominance in the paint. They've been the more physical. And thanks again for tuning in. If you're just joining us, we played through 1 quarter of action so far. And a chance for just a second to check out the scoring breakdown for the Bulls.
Well, a lot of times you'll hear coaches yell, get the ball inside, and you can see...
Oh, gets it down! Showing some power! Georgia's athleticism has always been a strength. Not many guys can pull off that dunk.
Oubre against Smith. Vucevic, a screen on Oubre. Pass to Vucevic. Launches it. 2 shots, 2 makes. Off to a good start. Well, most NBA teams run their offense through their star player. But, Grant, that can leave the team vulnerable when that player has an off night.
You know, in a strange way, it's almost better if your star is out of the game. I know that sounds weird, but those complementary players get increased opportunities and are emboldened to do more.
Here's Giddey. And count the basket. He was fouled, and he's going to the line for 1 more. A 6'8" point guard, Josh Giddey's length gives him a massive advantage, Grant.
Oh, it does, B.A. He's too big for opposing ones to guard. It's tough putting a wing on him, and Giddey just makes you change your defensive game plan.
Here's Maxey. Misses, and you know he wants that one back.
Won't see him miss that one too many times.
Yeah, it was a great look. Sometimes they don't fall. You've just got to keep taking great shots.
In terms of offense, they've been the more efficient team by far.
Well, I think it's because they're calling sets that really match up well with their personnel.
There's the strength training coming into play for Maxey.
Philadelphia shooting their first free throw attempt on the night. That free throw's good from Maxey. And for the Sixers, the growth of Tyrese Maxey has meant everything, Grant.
Oh my, his growth both with his play, but also with his leadership has meant a lot. And he has such a joyful energy. It really helps pull this team together.
Lets a floater go. Chicago with a rebound.
That's not a bad shot at all. It just didn't go in. Sometimes the process is right, and you still get a bad result. Yeah, his athleticism more than makes up for his lack of size. Allows him to compete.
Oh, my goodness!
Oh, my.
Yeah, and leaving no doubt. Edgecombe just flies to the rim.
A nice shot by Smith.
Well-placed pass in the hands of a guy ready to attack.
Fires from deep. Smith with the rebound. Smith's got 4 rebounds now. Outside Giddey. Chicago passing it around. Oh, the dunk by Smith.
And this kind of six slam is just one of the reasons this team is in charge of this game right now, B.A.
You know, there's an edge the way they play and a confidence they're not afraid to show. Here's Edgecombe. Started by Okoro. George outside. 6 to shoot. Late clock. The Sixers need to pull one up here.
Yeah, really nice feel from George. Making the correct decision in a 2-man game.
Chicago leading by 8. Nifty move. Oh, a rim-rattling 2-handed jam.
Even with the score as it is, he just keeps coming at you.
And George with the jam.
A dynamic finish, then decides to hang out a little for good measure.
Yep, that's the exclamation point right there. And the officials will call the illegal screen here.
One of the trickier plays to judge, but it would be hard to argue against the call.
Yeah, and that's maybe something that should be called more. We see a lot of moving screens in today's NBA.
Okoro with the ball. Oubre picks him up. Smith no good. 76ers trail by 8. George outside. Smith with the rebound. Smith's got his 5th rebound in this one. Here's Buzelis. Uses the glass on the layup. Buzelis has got 4 points this quarter.
He still needs to fill out to be more physical down there, and that will come with time. But Buzelis can handle his own. Given his range, you'd expect him to capitalize on that opener.
Okoro, no good. And Maxi's got the ball here for the 76ers. 24 seconds left to play in the first half of basketball. Here's George, and George with the jam.
I like when Paul looks to score inside because he's more than capable of dunking it through.
Come to me.
Here's Giddey, drives to the hoop, dunks it hard with one hand. Wow, he makes it look easy.
Nice one-handed jam. Simple and effective, B.A.
Hey, with the lead, I'm surprised he didn't come up with something a little more creative. The clock runs out, and we are headed to halftime. Chicago ahead. They're up by 10. And don't go away. After the break, we'll see you right back here for the start of quarter number 3. And happy you could join us. We've got 2 quarters left to go in regulation. One guy who's been getting it done is Josh Giddey.
Can they come up with an answer for him coming out of the half? They have to change something defensively.
Yeah, I'd love to see what they drew up in the locker room because you're right. He's the problem right now.
They've got Andre Drummond, Edwards out there with Trendon Watford. Then there's Jared McCain, and it's Grimes in at the shooting guard. That's the group on the floor for Philadelphia. White with a steal. DeSumo with it. Grimes covering. To the right side. For 3, Collins. Drummond grabs the miss. 76ers trail by 13. Well, injuries a nightmare for the Sixers, Grant. Last season, a league-high 55 different starting lineups.
Yeah, B.A., and their lowest win total since 2016. But some silver linings. Jared McCain was on track for Rookie of the Year before he went down. And Quentin Grimes also impressive.
And both free throws good for McCain.
We expect nothing less. He's generally been very good at the line.
Here's White. Pass to Collins. Drummond grabs the miss. Philadelphia's gone 4 of 8 from 3. A nice percentage. Grimes' shot is off. Chicago leading by 11. Now here's White. No points yet. Launches a 3, and the three-pointer goes.
And I like how White shot it with confidence. He's reliable beyond the arc.
Here's McCain. Tried to come right back with a 3 of his own, but it's no good. Lets it go. Herter can't hit.
Thin margin of error right there. You have to work for a better shot.
Here's Edwards. Philadelphia with another miss. The Bulls have gone 2 of 5 in this third quarter. Left side, Herter. Over Edwards. Not enough on that one as it misses.
Couldn't quite line that one up. Just got to shake it off and move on to the next one.
It's McCain on the wing. Here's Drummond. And Drummond with the jam.
So much force. Easy money for Drummond.
White looking it over. Pass to Collins. And he banks in the layup.
And it gets even worse for them. I mean, he just waltzes down the lane, extending their advantage. Not good.
Well, it's not going to get any easier if they can't improve their defensive intensity. They got to show some fight.
And just a lack of fight right now on the defensive end.
Right? At least on that slam it was. That's one way to let a team back in the game.
Yeah, but also credit the offense there. That's making a play when you really need it, and they need more of it.
A moment to hear from Allie LaForce.
Well, the Chicago Bulls retiring the jersey of hometown hero and former league MVP Derrick Rose. His coach with the Bulls, Tom Thibodeau, said, "The true measure of a man is how he handles adversity, and nobody did it better. He always found a way to rise above, and there's no question in my mind he is a Hall of Fame player." Back to you.
All right, Allie, thank you. Here's Herder. Kicks it out to Collins. Dosunmu, the pass to Collins. Shot from the top of the key, and he gets the bucket.
Rock solid screen right there. The defender got completely lost.
Yeah, you've got to lock and trail hard. You can't allow him a clean look from that.
I got him.
And stolen by Herder. And up the court come the Bulls on the break. Dosunmu can't hit. 76ers trail by 14. Outside Grimes. Back to Watford. And stolen by Williams. There's Herder with the three. Sinks it. What range from downtown. Herder's got his first bucket of the game, and he's on the board for three. McCain against White. McCain's shot is off. And White has got the ball here for the Chicago Bulls. Their defense has only allowed 6 points in the second half.
And that is how you finish a drive. Kobe White.
And so here is Philadelphia, trailing by 19. To end the run. That one no good. Williams looking around. Off target with the three. Outside Edwards. And that's not gonna go. Misses at the buzzer. And so it's the Chicago Bulls out in front by 19 going into the break. Their efficiency has been off the charts. They're running. And while we have a chance, let's go to our State Farm assist of the game.
This is the definition of team chemistry. I love to see this kind of communication and connection between teammates leading to the perfect pass.
Well, it's one of the core parts of the game. Reading the defense and creating an easy bucket for your teammate. That is pretty.
And there have been two very different performances from these teams today as we get going in quarter number 4. And for Chicago, let's take a look. They've got Isaac Okoro. Jalen Smith is out there with Buzelis. Then there's Nikola Vucevic, and it's Giddey in at the point guard position. 5 on the clock. Vucevic, the pass to Okoro. There's the triple. Keeps it alive. Joel Embiid with the board. 76ers trail by 16. Here's Oubre, and he makes no mistake. Slam dunk.
When we talk about wings in the NBA, George is as good as anyone passing the rock.
Outside Giddey. Takes a three. Paul George pulls down the board. Philadelphia shooting 46%, a decent average so far. Embiid with it, and it's Giddey picking him up. The three from Edgecombe. He's rebounded by Okoro.
He didn't make them pay for that weak defense, but they just can't rely on him to miss those kind of shots.
Three-pointer, Buzelis. Can't get it to fall. Now 5 of 7.
And I'm surprised that didn't go down. I mean, I'm sure he is too.
Oh, Embiid knocking it down from downtown.
Yeah, we know Embiid can do it one-on-one, but the catch-and-shoot jumper showing his versatility.
Outside Giddey from the arc. Vucevic, it's good on the putback. And the Bulls lead by 13.
Oh, phenomenal hustle. He has a knack for those boards.
Man, he is tenacious when that ball goes up. He got it.
Sturdy play from George in the paint, getting by the contact and to his finish.
All right, well, a look at how the points have been generated so far. A scoring breakdown for Chicago.
Well, they've been owning the painted area offensively. I love the intensity they're playing like that.
Well, another thing they did well was taking advantage of the holes in the defense. Very aggressive in exploiting the lack of concentration. The defense was just nowhere to be found, and because of that, he adds to their lead.
Yeah, look, the truth is, he doesn't need much space anyway. But that one was too easy.
he finished it off. A beauty of a pass.
Well, that's a great pass. He has the timing and rhythm of a metronome.
Now here's Maxey, guarded by Okoro. Oubre on the wing. Rebounded by Smith.
Well, when they're playing off you, you have to make them pay. And he could.
Okoro outside. Embiid there for the rebound.
I'm not sure how he's going to explain that shot later.
Yeah, you know, back in the day, you'd be taking a seat. Now, unfortunately, it seems like we see too many ill-advised shots.
Wow, the athleticism on full display there.
Man, just incredible hang time.
It looks like it'll be a big win for them here. Time to just cruise to the end of the game and chalk up the victory for the Bulls.
It's impressive how the reserve players stepped up and delivered in this one.
They didn't just help out. They made a big impact and really secured the win for their team.
And one player just stole the show tonight, doing everything for his team. A monster night for Josh Giddey.
We saw him get a lot of touches tonight, and he wasted very few of them. Really made himself the backbone of their offense.
Here's Edgecombe. Giddey defends. George. Money from three. Chicago has gone 2 of 6 so far in the fourth. George is there for the rebound. There's 45 seconds left in the fourth quarter. Rebounded by Vucevic. And so here is Chicago. Earlier in the game, they led by 19. Oh, the feathery touch. Dropped it right over the rim.
Excellent effort on the road. They've literally sucked the energy out of this arena.
Yeah, and winning games on the road is huge, especially when you get them in such a convincing fashion.
And here's Okoro. So no problem for Chicago as they get the win. A statement road victory. So impressive.
Statement indeed, B.
of mental focus and their ability to match up against any style of play. And that challenge is right ahead. Bulls, Celtics is next. We're back in just a moment. Let's check out Chicago's starting lineup. Josh Giddey is out there with Isaac Okoro. And it's Vucevic, then it's Buzelis, and it's Smith in at the power forward position. And the dunk by Tatum. GA, this has all the makings of a high-scoring contest. We've got two outstanding offensive teams.
Both very skilled at shooting the ball, but that's exactly why this game will be decided by stops. Defense wins against teams who are elite scoring.
Count the basket.
Well, good things happen for this team when Jaylen Brown gets into the paint. So efficient inside.
Buzelis. It's hauled in by Brown. Here's Boston now. 4-point game. Played in with a nice touch off the glass.
And I like to see this. They're calling his number early, and he's delivering.
They know that if this guy goes off, their chances of winning rise exponentially.
Now here's Giddey. Pass to Vucevic. Up and in on the layup.
You have to admire the confidence of Nikola Vucevic. This close, he's focused on putting two on the board.
And Greg, the Bulls have said they're leaning towards building with depth, saying that star teams are more vulnerable to injuries.
Well, they don't yet have a bona fide big-time star on this roster, so if you ask me, that might be a case of Sauerberg.
And he's not going to miss that sort of an opportunity from deep.
It's stolen by White. Tatum with it. Now Smith defending. And Tatum the bucket on the assist by Simon. Tatum's got 7 points in the game.
Well, Jason Tatum has worked hard to fill out his frame. It's not going to bother him that you're bringing a level of physicality.
It's Giddey with the drive. Good for the basket. Starting off 1 for 1 with that shot.
Just setting the tone with an aggressive move to the rack. And where's the help defensively?
To me, that's a complete lack of communication on that side of the ball. These guys need to be talking to each other.
I'll tell you, right now, these guys cannot be stopped.
Boy, it looks like their confidence is at an all-time high, just feeding off each other right now.
Strong move to the 10, trying to get his guys going.
Hard not to get motivated, GA, right when your teammate makes that kind of play.
Where was the defense? No help. You can't afford to give up these kinds of buckets.
We're now joined by our sideline reporter, Allie LaForce. Allie, it's all yours.
Hey guys, well the Celtics have a great 1-2 punch with Jaylen Brown and Jason Tatum. Tatum says JB always starts the game really aggressive. I'm a naturally laid back guy. I kind of see things out first and then I can essentially take over when I need to. We have found that balance. Guys?
A dangerous duo for sure. All right, Allie, we appreciate the report.
Tremendous burst from Josh Giddey on the drive. Just turns up the intensity.
The three from Tatum. Trains the three-pointer. He's got 12.
And what a way to start this game, dominating at both ends of the floor.
And give them credit for approaching this game with the right energy and intensity. This team has attacked every chance they've gotten.
And those are the kind of nice inside looks they've gotten here in the first half.
Simons kicks to Brown. In the corner, Tatum with it. And again, Boston with the triple.
Building up a big early lead, they have taken charge of this game.
And they've been doing it largely at the offensive end. If the defense does not adjust, this could be a blowout.
And it's Vucevic missing. And here's Tatum. He'll bring it up for the Boston Celtics. 13-point lead. Here's Brown outside Tatum. It's stolen by Smith. Out to the wing. Now Buzelis. Nothing on the board.
Slick drive by Buzelis. He moves well for a guy that size.
Simons with the ball. The three from Tatum. And the last second attempt doesn't fall. What a performance for Jason Tatum. He has been the story so far. And welcome back to the second quarter of action. Plenty of basketball left to play, but this one has been one-sided so far. In a moment now to quickly take a look at the offensive approach for Boston.
And guys, I love the movement. Doing a great job of just getting the ball on a string, creating some opportunities.
The other thing that's gone exceptionally well for them tonight is the shooting they've displayed from beyond the three-point arc.
Out on the block, it's Tatum with Tatum. The wing pairing, it's White and Brown. And it's Simons in at the point guard position. That's who's in the game for the Celtics. And Boston certainly has some of the most knowledgeable sports fans, Doris, in the country.
Kevin, not only knowledgeable, but passionate. And when you think over the 4 major sports in the city and the tradition of success, it is no wonder they are so committed.
Here's Simons. Isaac Okoro picking up that last basket. From downtown, the offensive rebound.
Just in a perfect position to grab that rebound and then get the putback.
Bulls trail by 10. Now here's Giddey. Drops in the layup for 2. Giddey's got 11.
Well, that's about confidence and composure on the interior. Josh Giddey does stand 6'8", makes that a little easier.
Simons, the pass to Tatum. Back to Simons. Good, and it's Tatum picking up the assist. Tatum's got 3 assists in the game. Vucevic setting the pick for Giddey. Takes the 3. The rebound by the Celtics. Tatum deciding where to go with it. The kick out to Brown. The shot, no good. Great D that time from Vucevic. Second quarter of play with around 2 minutes gone so far.
And throwing it down, not necessarily Buzelis' game, but don't give him that much space.
And here's Tatum for 3. That one misses. He has made 7 of his 9 field goal attempts. Here's Smith driving to the basket. And the dunk by Smith.
Get out of his way.
No way the D was going to slow him down. White drives in. Pass to Cada. And he can't jam it through. Bulls trail by 7. Here's Buzelis. No good from outside. And a guy who has a quick release and has distance to his shots. Derek White, Doris, converts his chances.
You know what, Kev? There's so many things to love about Derek White. He's arguably the greatest shot-blocking guard in the league. He has a knack for making big shots, and the thing that maybe is most impressive is he gets past grenades at the end of the shot clock and has the temperament to stand in and deliver.
Now, Okoro, after Jason Tatum missed on that last three-pointer. Down to 5 on the shot clock. Okoro makes it off the glass. And now it's only a 5-point Boston lead.
Inside, Okoro can really make trouble for the defense. He's got that combination of strength and agility.
The kick out to Simons. Here's Buzelis. He's covered by Brown. And it's Giddey in the corner. Good on the triple. Giddey's got 8 points in the quarter.
Boy, Giddey, if he becomes a knockdown three-point shooter, you will not be able to guard this guy.
Inside, Tatum finds the deuce.
Oh, he is red hot right now. Defense has got to lock in.
And Tatum over to help. So the wing on the left. Here's Buzelis, guarded by Tatum. And he drives in, and then Buzelis with the dunk.
And at his size, Buzelis handles the ball really well, which makes him especially effective in pick and roll.
Tatum passes to White. Tatum with a screen on Giddey. And it's White missing.
But sometimes it's more about what the defense is doing on that possession. They were all over him on the perimeter.
Buzelis' shot is good.
With his soft touch around the rim, Buzelis should score a lot of points in the paint over his career.
The kick out to Tatum. Tatum from 3.
Oh, phenomenal work right there. There's times, boy, he can be tough to check.
Here's Giddey. Softly drops in the floater. Giddey's got 16 points.
He knew what he wanted to do all along. The teardrop.
And that'll do it for the first half. A competitive game so far. It's the Celtics leading by a point. And we'll be back right after halftime for the start of the third quarter. We'll see you in a bit.
Fans, please direct your attention to center court. And get ready for the fans half-court shot.
And if you're just joining us, we've played through the first half in a game that's been fairly even so far. You know, guys, Jason Tatum has really been making it happen.
Yeah, and just look at the numbers from the first half. He has been very efficient.
I think they've taken their time. They've showed incredible patience. It's a sign of a well-coached ball club.
So with Vucevic on the bench, here's the group that Billy Donovan has on the floor. They've got Kobe White. Williams is out there with Collins. Then it's Kevin Huerter. And it's Dosunmu in at the three, the small forward. You know, DB, I heard some NBA officials talking about having a feel for the game and then drawing a line between playing aggressive and playing rough. What are your thoughts on that?
You know, Kev, this is so fascinating to me because we've seen a reversion back to a little bit more of a physical game. But without some definitive guidelines, it makes the officials' job harder.
They didn't have much of a problem getting the ball into the post that time.
Right now, let's take a second to catch up with Allie LaForce on the sideline.
Hey, Kevin. Kobe White becoming an offensive focal point, saying it means a lot that my coaches and my teammates trust me. The only thing that can prepare you for this is going through it. For me to become the player I want to be, I need those moments. It's all part of the learning process and the journey. Guys, back over to you.
All right, Allie, as always, we thank you. Really left alone that time. Pritchard's got 6 in the quarter.
It works well there. Not much resistance from the D.
It takes incredible effort to stay connected to the hip of the offensive player. You've got to want to work.
Yeah, attacking the interior is something White does well. He's crafty, and he makes good adjustments against the defense.
Wow, don't let the lean frame fool you. A ferocious finish on that dunk by Chris Boucher.
And so here is Chicago after the basket by Boston.
Boy, on the perimeter, you have to stay connected to this guy. He's such a good shooter.
An efficient score, Kobe White effective with or Greg without the ball in his hands.
And that's a rare quality. A guard who can break you down off the bounce, but also willing to give it up and then zip to an open spot. It just makes him so difficult to defend.
Oh, how about the dime? You love that unselfishness.
White against Pritchard. Jacks up a three. It's rebounded by Huerter.
And you could tell he thought that triple was going to fall. You got to love his hustle, leaving the defense no time to react.
The finish in transition, nice and easy.
Three-pointer, Pritchard hits it from three-point range. Pritchard's got his third basket of the night right there.
And guys, there are some you can give that shot to, but let's be clear, he's not one of them. Terrible job there by the D.
Now here's White. Collins setting the pick for White. That's good from Collins on the assist by White. Collins has got his second bucket of the game to go. Pritchard against White. Boucher with a screen on White. Pritchard passes to Walsh. Back to Pritchard. Boucher sets a screen for Pritchard. The Celtics need to get a shot off. Boucher's shot is off. The Bulls have gone a perfect 7 of 7 from the field here in the third, coming out of the break very hot. There's the call on Kevin Huerter. That's his first foul.
Yeah, way to get there first and be willing to absorb the contact.
Pritchard with the ball. White covering. 50 seconds left in the third quarter of the game. It's stolen by White. And here comes White, leading the fast break. No one near Herder as he lets it fly. Hits the three from the wing.
Boy, how about the timing, the delivery? That is exactly how you set a teammate up.
Pritchard passes to Boucher, and the dunk by Boucher.
Well, you can see Chris Boucher's got excellent vertical, makes that finish look easy.
White looking around. 17 seconds left in the third quarter. Shot by Collins, no good.
I'd go back to that shot again. That's a great look from the mid-range.
Back to Boucher. Got it up. And the last shot at the buzzer doesn't go in for him. And at the close of the third quarter, still a close game, and both teams put... And let's take now this moment to bring up our State Farm assist of the game.
And he sliced the D wide open with his speed. They had no chance to prevent that basket.
Well, that's what a great pass will do, right? You love the unselfish play.
And with these teams locked in a very close contest, this fourth quarter promises to be a good one. We've got Chris Boucher. Sam Hauser is out there with Peyton Pritchard. And it's Walsh in at the 2. That's the Boston 5. So Boston ends up going with a new group. And here is Giddey. Smith with a screen on White. It's Giddey with the drive. In it goes for the 8th time in 10 tries.
To me, it's the ability to facilitate that enhances Josh Giddey as a scorer. You've got to play him for both, and right now he's cooking the defense.
Now here's Tatum. Pass to Tatum. Just 5 to shoot. Back to Tatum. Chicago grabs the miss.
Boy, I'd like to see him finish that play with more authority.
Now, Buzelis. Here's the 3. The rebound by Jason Tatum.
Rare you'll see him miss such an open look.
Tatum taking it in. That one finds the mark. It's the 10th time he's done that tonight on 14 shots.
Well, you can see the level of aggression. If Jason Tatum sees a window of opportunity to drive it, he will expose it.
A nice shot by Okoro.
And that's about the worst defense I can imagine a team playing coming down the stretch.
You know, we talk about execution offensively coming down the stretch. To me, it's as important defensively, and they didn't have it.
And that's some serious liftoff from Simons. Wow.
Now Vucevic. Here's Giddey. Smith sets the pick for Giddey. Puts it up from 15. Can't get it to go.
Boy, defense has to feel fortunate there. That's one he normally knocks down.
Oh, and he went for the two-hander on the slam. Seeing some muscle.
Some urgency from him there. Sure. Giddey against Brown. Smith in the post. Oh, and he cannot get the layup. The Celtics with the lead. Tatum.
2 minutes remaining in the game.
What a jam! Tatum doing it with style.
The very definition of their go-to player. Mr. Tatum, ball in your hands, yes, sir.
And the foul called on Josh Giddey. That's his first foul. Trailing by 4. Got a piece of it. It's stolen by Buzelis.
Just waiting for a chance to make a play, and when the pass was made, he's all over it. Just a fantastic steal.
Vucevic a screen on Tatum. Oh, what a play inside.
Jalen Smith taking flight. Get up, young fella.
And Simons, here we go.
because I didn't think they could top that last dunk, but it only took them a couple seconds.
Not much defense, Greg, on those last few possessions, but does anyone mind?
Not at all.
And he's going to get whistled for that foul, G. That was intentional, but not exactly logical.
How about pointless to foul there? I mean, I don't know where his head is, but it's not in the game.
Giddey with it, outguarded by Tatum. Good!
Oh, my goodness, Josh Giddey in a big-time moment decides to knock it down.
Outside, Simon. Now here's Tatum. Pocket 6. Emphatic finish by Tatum.
Oh, you just love seeing a player with absolutely no fear.
To me, more often than not, when you attack, good things happen.
Giddey, now Vucevic. White pulls it down. And so White will bring it up for Boston. They've given up just 8 points in the fourth quarter. The shot and game clock separated by 4. Simons surveying the D. Tatum fires, buries the deep ball. And out of bounds as the Celtics gain possession. It's the Celtics picking up the win. It was a fantastic ball game, and they did a great job making sure it didn't get away.
One thing we know about these teams, they can both go deep into their bench. That's a luxury.
Yeah, a luxury indeed. And they don't have to worry as much about foul trouble or guys getting worn down. Credit to both front offices for building such a complete roster.
Here are the five for Philadelphia. Maxey and Edgecombe man the backcourt. George out there with Kelly Oubre. And it's Embiid in at the 5 spot. Now here's Maxey. Outside Oubre. The 3. Tatum pulls it in. Tatum against George. Tatum draws the double. Tatum pass to Tatum. Nice ball movement by Boston. 6 on the shot clock. White drives in. Lays it up and banks it in.
The defensive effort was lacking a bit, but hey, give them credit for finding a weakness there.
Well, with that kind of success, I imagine they'll continue to be aggressive inside.
That one's good for 2.
Yeah, whenever Edgecombe sees a lane, he's gonna take advantage.
So far, Grant, we've seen some encouraging intangibles from VJ Edgecombe.
Yeah, you know, he reminds me of Victor Oladipo or even a Dwayne Wade physically. Just an explosive athlete. And I love the way he uses that strength and quickness at the defensive end of the floor. It's fun for us to sit back and watch him go to work. But that's our job, not the defense's. They left him too open on that play.
Oubre can't hit. Oubre against Tatum. Pass to Simons. 3-pointer. Nails it from 3.
And that's what they want to do. Get him open looks early.
For Philadelphia, they've gone 1 for 3 so far. George, a screen on White. Here's Maxey. And there it is for him.
Oh, a high motor in close to the rim. Maxey finding a window and converting.
Tatum feeling it out a bit. Uncovered. Rebound by Philadelphia.
Gotta knock down that shot. When you don't, you're letting the defense off the hook.
Simons against Oubre. Simons passes to Brown. And the Celtics another three.
Even when Brown's shooting quickly, he's not rushing. He takes his time with his release.
Three-pointer. And Tyrese Maxey good for three. Maxey's got 5 now.
Oh, you gotta love the back and forth, showing real confidence at the arc.
And when you give up a three, there's always this instinct to try and get it back immediately.
Here's Maxey. The Celtics making their last shot. 4-3. Simons for the rebound.
That's his shot, and one I'm sure he wants back.
We've got 1:48 left in the first quarter of the game. Oh, sweet move. Jams it in off a great move.
I'll tell you, Simons can really book it. When he's at full speed, good luck catching up.
Kicks it to George. There's the three. Good. And the assist to Embiid.
Well, the defense needs to be better there. They gave way too much space.
And keeping us updated from the sideline, Allie LaForce.
I caught up with Coach Joe Mazzulla. Coach knows that Joel Embiid is going to get his fair share of trips to the line, and he told me that's a part of his game, and he's great at it. If he can bait us into contact and still find a way to get a shot up, it's going to take a very disciplined approach from us tonight on Joel. We'll see if they're up for the task. Brian?
Thanks for that, Allie.
You gotta respect the response from Tatum. I mean, this guy just loves to compete.
Embiid passes to George for three, and Philadelphia hits again from deep.
The defense really fell apart there. You can't afford to leave them all alone at the arc.
Here's Tatum, and finished off by Tatum.
Poor rim. Tatum plays with such an edge.
It's George with the drive, and the jam by George.
He almost brought the basket down on top of himself.
Oh, there's hang time, and then there's a time to hang. Maxey against White. There's 14 seconds left in the first quarter. Here's Tatum. Oh, Tatum slams it home.
Just great offense. The screen freeing him up for the slam.
Hey, without that screen, he doesn't get a clean look at the rim.
Yeah, it's the power of the two-man game. After all these years, it's still the most difficult set to defend.
And he knocks down the first one. And so he makes both from the line. Here's Simons. And he converts the layup. Simons got 7 points in the game.
That's been the story of their offense so far. Getting a number of looks from point-blank range.
And so it's Boston with a 6-point lead. If you're just joining us, we played through one quarter in this one. And what do you guys think so far about the offensive approach for the Celtics?
In the early goings, their effort level has been exceptional. They're speeding around the defense and opening up options with good penetration.
And how about the work they've done inside, just owning the paint so far?
White and Brown are the wingmen. Tatum at the 4 with Kata in at the 5. And it's Simons in at the point. That's the Boston 5.
And sometimes you forget how long Tatum is, and he's terrific at using this to his advantage inside.
You know, Grant, for all his competitive nature, Tatum has a pretty calm demeanor. You appreciate that?
Yes, indeed. As a team leader, a father, a role model, and a professional, you can't ask for much better than Jason Tatum. He is the real deal. The effort, the position, the timing, all there.
And add instincts to that. He can sense where the rebound's going to go. Now here's Embiid, still without a bucket. Philadelphia moving it around. 6 to shoot. George. Kata pulls it in. Celtics lead by 6. Inside. Out to Simons. Now here's Tatum. The D's right on him. Back to Simons. Let's go with a 3. Rebound by Philadelphia. Here's Edgecombe. It's George on the wing, hounded by Tatum. Embiid inside. Brown's there. Oh, look out! Joel Embiid with a power jam.
The Embiid can throw it down from anywhere. So much power for the big fella.
Simons deciding where to go with it. The kick to Tatum. This one for three. With the tip. Great positioning on the putback. Kid has got 4 points now in the quarter.
Real smooth, guys. Great job with the tip-in.
Those are the kind of plays on the offensive glass that can tell you a lot about a player. Knocks down the triple. And Legs is someone who has seen some of the great perimeter defenders over the years. Who's the best you've ever seen?
Well, the best defense, Brian, I ever played against were those mid-90s Bulls teams when you had to go up against Jordan and Pippen on either wing. And then more modern-day players like Drew Holiday, even a guy like Tony Allen when he was in Memphis, they stand out to me as well.
First team all-defense, Tony Allen.
Year in, year out, a nightmare to go up against.
So it's Boston now, following that last three-pointer by Philadelphia. There's Tatum with the three. The rebound by Maxey. And Maxey's got the ball here for the 76ers. Trailing by 2. Now the Celtics on the move. Tatum from long range.
Yeah, imposing his will. Embiid sending a message with that rejection.
And almost 4 minutes gone in the second quarter of play. The kick out to White. Tatum against George. Down to 5 on the shot clock. The drive by Tatum, and it's Philadelphia with the rebound.
Well, after a great start, he has really cooled off pretty quickly.
Maxey on the wing. He's guarded by White. Driving to the basket. Pass to Embiid. Wide open. Ooh, a little luck that time as it drops. That's 7 points for Joel Embiid.
Without missing a beat, Embiid gets the shot up. And that's the work of an assertive offensive player.
And here's Tatum. He's got 9. It's Brown on the wing. Boston needs to get off a shot here. 6 seconds separating the shot and game clocks. Embiid doing it all himself.
Getting out in transition. Love to see this hustle from Embiid.
It's stolen by Oubre. Fast break. Here comes Philadelphia. And so it looks like it'll be Philadelphia ball.
Almost had the steal. You have to love the pressure defense.
He is just trying to make an impact by disrupting their rhythm.
There's 18 seconds left in the second. George passes to Maxey. Here he goes. And here's another one for the Sixers.
Well, that's a tough matchup because he's skilled and relentless.
Outside Tatum to halt the run. And so a close game as we wrap up the first half of play. Sixers ahead, up by 4. All right, now let's check in with Allie LaForce. Allie, what do you have? Thanks, Allie. After the break, we'll see you right back here to begin quarter number 3. Second half of basketball is upon us, and we may be in for an exciting finish based on how close of a game we've seen so far. Paul George has been sensational.
Through 2 quarters of play, he's been an excellent source of points.
And I expect they're going to continue to lean on him as we continue in this game. Why not? The way he's playing right now offensively.
Taking a look at Philadelphia. They've got Quentin Grimes. Trendon Watford is out there with Andre Drummond. Then there's Jared McCain. And it's Edwards in at the small forward position. Shot clock at 6. Here's Pritchard. Soft touch off the glass. Pritchard's got his first points of the night.
A great move. I mean, the defense has no response.
Well, getting a high percentage look right out of the locker room to start the second half. Exactly what they were looking for.
Wow, that type of finish is just deflating right now for a team that's trying to make a comeback.
Ouch. That's certainly a big-time finish right there. It was one big exclamation point, or maybe even a question mark. Now here's Grimes. Not a lot of room. Drummond. Good on the shot. And it's an 8-point Philadelphia lead.
Since half, there's been a stark contrast between these teams. I'm talking about efficiency at the offensive end.
And that's just good coaching. They have made the better adjustments.
Pritchard, the pass to Hauser. From outside the arc. Drummond grabs the miss.
And he probably thought he was going to bury that one.
And last season, Grant, the sale of the Celtics franchise for $6.1 billion. It seemed like a lot at the time.
Well, yeah, that was until the Lakers sale hit 11 digits last summer, BA. But in both cases, basketball decision-making doesn't change right away. In the case of the Celtics, the governorship doesn't transfer until 2028.
Outside Pritchard. Watford with it. Pritchard picks him up. And he's all alone. Here's Drummond. And Drummond with the jam.
This is intelligent basketball. Forcing a turnover and then immediately starting the fast break.
And so Joe Mazzulla decides to call a timeout. He's going to take a minute to regroup with his players. Celtics trail by 10. Pritchard surviving the D. To the inside. Here's Boucher. Hauser outside. Boucher on the screen. Just 5 to shoot. Pritchard, the pass to Boucher. Misses the layup.
Defense did just enough to force that miss. I really expected him to get 2 there.
Philadelphia shooting their 3rd free throw shot of the game. Free throw good, McCain. And Tim, 1 year, you shot over 50% from the field and from three-point range. Not to mention over 80% from the free throw line. You think we'll ever see that again?
Well, Brian, I think the 50% from the 3 could be more difficult because the volume is now so high. I'm not sure they're as selective in their shot attempts, which means your percentages naturally come down a bit.
So 3 for 6 is not going to be an option for a great shooter?
Don't think so. 3 for 6 is usually the first quarter for a lot of these guys.
And there's the foul. It's on Chris Boucher. That'll be a second foul of the game. To the paint. Here's Watford. And it's Boucher with the rebound. Celtics trail by 9. Here's Minot. Outside Pritchard. The 3 is up. He drops it from range. Pritchard's got 5.
Great work collapsing the defense, then kicking it out.
The drive by McCain. And stolen by Boucher. Pass to Minot. And now we have an intentional foul. I'm not sure why.
Yeah, bizarre play, BA. Not sure what got into him.
Second half here, and we're just over 3.5 minutes into it. And finished off by Boucher.
A bit undersized. His hops make him a legit small ball 4.
Drummond up top. Going inside. And the jam by Drummond.
Oh, man. Drummond is like a wrecking ball on that drive. His physicality and power carry him straight to the hoop.
McCain against Pritchard. Pass to Boucher. And it goes. As the official calls the foul, count it, and he'll shoot 1 more at the line. A new lineup here for Philadelphia. First trip to the free throw line for him tonight. The free throw drops for Boucher. Here's Maxey. He's got 7. Outside Oubre. For 3, George. That is now his 7th field goal in 10 attempts. Impressive.
Just incredible. I mean, he's really making it rain out there, knocking them down one after another.
This defense is trying to stay connected to him, but he is on a mission.
Hauser passes to Boucher. Just 5 on the clock. And down it goes. Jam that one home.
Now that's how you capitalize on a screen.
Hey, good positioning, too. Gave him a clear path to the hoop.
Yeah, not only does he create the space he needs, but then he attacks downhill.
He's got his first free throws of the night right here.
You really can't understate the energy Maxey brings to his game. Not just effort level, but his attitude and how that spreads to his guys out there.
Yeah, he's as good as it gets at the line. Pretty much automatic.
Pass to Keita. And he bangs it home with one hand.
And once he gets to the rim, it's fairly automatic.
Nothing fancy right there. Just takes the 2 points, moves on. And as we end the third quarter, a great game. Both teams playing well. Philadelphia on top, up by 4. And we're coming right back after this break to get the fourth quarter started. And a moment now as we take a look at our State Farm assist of the game.
And he definitely deserves the award. Reading the defense like a point guard.
And it's such an advantage to have a big man who can facilitate at a high level like that.
We've reached the fourth quarter in what has been a very competitive game. Should be an exciting finish. At the forward spots, the talented pair of Brown and Tatum. Anthony Simons out there with Derek White. And it's Keita in at the 5, down low. That's who's in the game for the Celtics.
You don't want to stop the clock right there. I'm not quite sure what he was thinking.
It's George with the drive. And the jam by George.
George's athleticism has always been a strength. Not many guys can pull off that dunk.
Simons outside. White on the wing. Oh, and he got fouled on his way up. He'll head to the line to shoot 2. All right, guys, let's get your take on the hustle stats for the 76ers.
You have to be a fan of the energy they've played with on the defensive end. Active hands and feet, and it's come up big a few times for them.
And they have also done a great job capitalizing on turnovers. Whenever they get a steal, they are off to the races. They're going to try to keep that going.
Boston making a switch here. Boucher's checked in.
And we know Embiid has this kind of touch from deep. Nice triple.
Simons left side. Boucher outside. Pass to Tatum. White on the wing. Maxey covering. And finished off by Tatum.
Hey, kept it simple. No reason to get fancy right now, BA.
Yeah, he's just looking to find shots and produce for his team. Maxey against White. Kicks it to George. White with a steal. In transition. And White finishes off the break. Well done.
Well, if you came here looking for a scoring battle, I think you made the right choice.
We thought this might be the case coming in. Not a lot of defense out there right now.
Here's Edgecombe, defended by Brown. Maxey passes to Embiid. Screen by Embiid. Embiid just brushing off the contact inside.
2 strong points from Embiid. His MO is to own the painted area.
Outside Simons. Fourth quarter play. We're about 2.5 minutes through it now. Tatum with a screen. Now Simons. George is there for the rebound. And for some reason, he decided to foul there.
Yeah, BA, that's an odd move. Maybe there's something else behind it.
Second team foul.
Maxey surveys. And Tyrese Maxey gets the whistle that time. That'll be a second foul of the game.
I love great defense. Just quick to establish his feet, and he takes the hit.
Celtics trail by 5. Tatum with a screen. Simons bangs it in. What a move.
What a make by Simons. Ready to produce under pressure.
Now Oubre. Simons with a steal. And here they go on a free run to the bucket.
When this team needs a bucket, it naturally looks for Jason Tatum, and he typically comes through.
George, a screen on White. Outside Maxey. Up top George. Brown with the steal. All alone. Whoa! Jaylen Brown, do it!
Oh, assertive play there by Brown, rising to the challenge of the moment.
Here's George. A minute 20 left in the fourth quarter. Using the glass to lay it in.
This team counts on George to deliver points. His consistency under pressure is key to their offense.
It's money from deep.
That's exactly the kind of shooting you need down the stretch to win games.
Oubre inside. He's guarded by White. White against Maxey. George, a screen on White. And Maxey, here we go. Oh, he goes to the glass with that one.
Now, that's one to remember. What an impact on the game.
What a big-time shot. Those are the moments you dream about as a kid.
Tatum with a screen. Now Simons. Outside Tatum. Just 4 to shoot. Fires the 3. Embiid there for the rebound.
Yeah, and the defense has really got to tighten up on him. I mean, he's just too dangerous from the three-point line.
Now George. All sorts of time. Oh, money.
This dude is nails in the clutch. You want your best shot at winning at the end, give the ball to PG.
White with a screen on George. Tatum. And Tatum fires one home.
Well, his scoring ability is why this game is all tied up. A few more key possessions like that, and they could start to pull away.
And so it's Nick Nurse calling timeout here. Great time to call his guys into the huddle at a very tense moment in this game. George. Oh, he misses the layup. And Joe Mazzulla has called timeout. And Coach didn't want to take any chances in this situation, which is why he called the TO. Ooh, the 3 doesn't go. Time expires. We're going to overtime. We've got more hoops coming your way. And glad to have you with us as we get going in overtime. Neither team giving an inch in this game. Maxey and Edgecombe man the backcourt. Kelly Oubre out there with Paul George. And it's Embiid in at the center position.
Showing the bounce. Simon says dunk.
And so it's Maxey with it. He brings it up for the Philadelphia 76ers. Oh, touches it off the glass. And one key for quality teams in this league, beating the opponents you're supposed to beat. What goes into that, Grant?
Well, B.A., they call them trap games. An opponent that, on paper, isn't up to your level, especially when they're missing key guys. The thing is, can you find that juice to take care of business?
Down to 5 on the shot clock. Oubre with a rebound. Philadelphia has gone 7 of 11 from outside the arc. Nice percentage from distance so far. Maxey against White. And Maxey, here we go. George. It's good!
And at the offensive end, George persistent and consistent. When it's this close, he's exactly who they want at the stripe.
Celtics trail by 3. White with it. Tatum screen on Maxey. White. Oh, send it home, Derek White.
Oh, what ferocity on the throwdown. I just love when he goes opens up with purpose.
Where was the D right there? The effort lacking big time.
Well, defensively, you can't allow that in a game this close.
George with it, picked up by Tatum. Oh, a matching slam. Back and forth they go.
I like when Paul looks to score inside because he's more than capable of dunking it through.
Here's Edgecombe. He's covered by Simons.
Edgecombe showing his maturity. Gets them the big bucket when they need it most.
White against Maxey. Tatum with a screen. Right side White. Tatum against George. And looks like an illegal pick was set. That gets the ref's attention.
You're not going to fool the officials too often on an illegal screen.
Well, my feeling is you just want to make sure it's called consistently both ways.
Now here's Maxey. Now George. Into the lane. Oh, he goes to the glass with that one.
Really feels like they're in control. They've got a big lead, but time dwindling.
And this is where you really want to be mindful. No turnovers, no sloppy play.
This OT has been somewhat lackluster, mainly because both teams are clearly exhausted.
The long three. So this one belongs to the 76ers. Things looked a little uneven for them down the stretch, but in overtime, they took control. All right, Allie, thank you. And that'll do it, folks. For Grant Hill, Tim Legg.
on 2K Sports. With Greg Anthony and Richard Jefferson, this is Kevin Harlan. On the sidelines tonight, Allie LaForce. Now a look at Philadelphia's starting lineup. In the backcourt, we'll see Maxey and Edgecombe. Kelly Oubre out there with Joel Embiid, and it's George in at the 3 spot. One thing to watch tonight, RJ, both these teams are great passing the ball. They really rack up the assists.
These are the type of teams you want to play for, because you know what? If you pass it, the ball will find you again.
Now the Bulls with it. To the middle, here's Smith, and Smith with the stuff.
Oh, big finish, emphatic.
He hangs on the rim just for good measure. Wow. Oubre sets the screen for Maxey. Over Smith. Maxey, no good. Smith outside. To the inside. Here's Vucevic. No good. Shot missing. Some solid defense from Maxey. Right now, let's take a moment here to catch up with Allie LaForce on the sideline.
Well, Billy Donovan had a few moments to share with me. I asked him when he told his guys before going up against Joel Embiid, and he said, quote, I told them to get into him. Always get a hand up and do your best to guard without fouling. Embiid excels at baiting defenders, but we can't afford to give him free points at the line. Back to you, Kevin.
Terrific, Allie. We appreciate the report.
It doesn't take much to get Buzelis up to the rim. He just pops off the floor and is right there.
Sweet move, and he sinks the layup.
Boy, he is looking confident. Love how they're using him so far.
Yeah, when he gets engaged this early in the game, it's bad news for the defense. He can roll this start throughout the rest of the game.
And they don't want to get in a habit of giving him open looks from 3. First quarter still, but not who you want to leave open.
Now here's Giddey. Pass to Vucevic. Paul George with the steal. Here's Edgecombe. Chicago grabs the miss. Well, Josh Giddey provides a floor general's mentality, RJ, in a 6'8" frame.
Yeah, he sees the floor extremely well and prides himself on his ability to create easy looks for his teammates, especially in transition.
Now, here is Smith. 5 on the clock. And it's good. The time running down on the shot clock. And here in the first, about 3 minutes in. And so it's Maxey with it. He brings it up for Philadelphia. 7-point differential. Vucevic with the rebound. The Bulls have gone 5 of 7 today so far. Nice shooting to get this game underway. Paul George with the steal. Score the basket. Nice shot after missing his first attempt.
And moving George around the floor keeps the defense guessing.
Here's Okoro. Maxey grabs the miss.
And he's usually able to score on that type of defense rather easily. Surprising to see him come away empty.
And that lead pass allowed him to get straight to the rim, unabated in stride.
Now here's Giddey. Vucevic setting the pick for Giddey. Pass to Buzelis. Jams it straight down.
He's going to put that one in his scrapbook. Insane dunk.
And now they're starting to rub it in. Build up a lead, and here we go, baby. It is showtime. Now here's Giddey. Down low. Vucevic. And Vucevic throws it down.
Doing exactly what you expect. Vuce setting a solid screen that gets things going.
And here's Maxey outside. Good on the three-point shot. Maxey's got a couple of threes now in the first with the 76ers. It's 9 seconds separating the shot clock in game. Good D by Embiid. The 76ers trail by 4. Oubre for 3. Buzelis grabs the board. Now here's Okoro. Defense right on him. Buzelis with the ball. And that one released in time, but no good. And that does it for the first quarter. Bulls lead by 4. And we'll get the second quarter underway on the other side of this break. And hope you've enjoyed the broadcast so far. Halfway through the first half in this one. And some stats here, guys. The scoring breakdown for Chicago.
The story so far has been their mid-range shooting. The analytics might not like it, but elite offenses still knock it down from that area.
And on top of that, they've been asserting themselves offensively, getting a good chunk of their points from inside.
So to begin the second quarter for the Philadelphia 76ers, in the backcourt, we'll see Maxey and Edgecombe. Kelly Oubre out there with George, and it's Embiid in at the pivot spot, manning the middle.
Turning on the Jets, Maxey found a lane and made them pay.
Vucevic is screen on George. Here's Giddey. Now here's Okoro. He's covered by Maxey.
Those plays can make a difference in a game like this.
Well, you know it's going to fire up, Greg, everybody on that bench.
And you can feel the jolt of energy that he sent through his team. That is a huge boost in a tight game like this.
Here's Edgecombe. After the Bulls pick up 2. Just 5 on the clock. George with the ball. Defended by Giddey. And George gets it to go.
Huge hole in the defense that possession. He didn't waste any time cutting through it.
And for over a decade in the NBA, Greg, Paul George was as scary a wing as you'd find.
Man, a two-way terror with elite size and athleticism. The Sixers paid him hoping for more of the same. But can he hold off Father Time?
When Maxey is feeling himself, he can really fill up that stat sheet.
Hit by Vucevic. Okoro passes to Vucevic. Now Buzelis. 6 points for him. Smith feeling it out a bit. And Philadelphia grabs the miss.
And, well, when you let the shot clock run down that far, that's the kind of shot you're going to end up with.
George against Vucevic. George passes to Embiid, and Embiid throws it down.
Oh, what a dunk by Embiid. He's just doing big man things the way big man should.
Okoro, and he's fouled pretty hard on that shot, but he's got the chance to pick up the points at the line. And one way players look to expand their game, adding counter moves to keep defenders off balance. Greg, what was something you added that really gave defenders pause?
You know, the snatch back pull up, you know, using your speed to kind of get the defender going downhill, and then you slam on the brakes and just create that separation to then go into attack mode.
Fires from way outside. Sinks it. What range from outside. Wow. Okoro's got 7 points. Outside, George. There's a minute 47 left in the first half of the game. That's no good, and now he's missed 2 and made 2. Giddey with it. George picks him up, and Giddey gets it to go. And it's a 5-point Chicago lead.
And how about the body control? Giddey refusing to let the defense alter that shot.
George sets a screen for Maxey. To end the run. George, no good. Bulls leading by 5. Okoro kicks to Giddey. Back to Okoro. And Okoro throws it down.
And creating a little separation here, gaining some confidence.
Yeah, they've locked in during this stretch. If they keep it up, their lead will only continue to grow.
A power flush with a long hang on the rim at the end of that.
That could be a catalyst for him. It really could. Vucevic dishes to Smith. Here's Buzelis, and then Buzelis with the dunk.
Look at the moves from Buzelis. The big fella showing great quickness on the attack.
Outside Maxey. To the paint. Here's Oubre, and finished off by Oubre.
Love to see him inside passing like this, as well as guys being on the same page. Giddey
surveying the D. Pass to Smith. Vucevic, a screen on Oubre. Smith for three. The shot that time, not on target. And a close game so far through the first 2 quarters as we reach halftime. It's Chicago leading by 5. Allie, let's go to Allie. Thank you so much for that interview. Don't go anywhere, folks. We'll be back with you for the second half of the game right after this. And we've got second half action for you. Thus far, a pretty evenly contested game. You look at Tyrese Maxey in this one, guys. He has been everywhere.
He's done a fantastic job of finding open space to operate within the first few quarters.
I like how they came into this one with a game plan, and they're just going out and executing it. Terrific job.
So with Vucevic on the bench, here's the group that Billy Donovan has on the floor. Zach Collins is out there with Patrick Williams. Then it's Kevin Huerter. Then there's Dosunmu, and it's White in at the point. A second chance effort, and that one clearly a foul. Gets the whistle, and 2 shots coming up.
Yeah, Embiid just terrorizes defenses on the inside. Good luck guarding the big fella.
The first free throw is good. Well, Greg, we know at his peak, Joel Embiid, one of the elite two-way centers to ever play in the NBA.
The former league MVP, but when you weigh close to 300 pounds and move like he did, not entirely surprising that his lower extremities took a toll.
The 76ers making the switch here. Brendan Watford's checked in for Oubre. Edwards comes in for George. Quentin Grimes is checked in for Edgecombe. And Jared McCain subbed in for Maxey. We're now joined by our sideline reporter, Allie LaForce. Allie, it's all yours.
Well, Joel Embiid over the years has had some tough luck with injuries. He said, I've broken my face twice. I came back early with the risk of losing my vision, broken fingers. I still came back. I wish I was as lucky as others, but that doesn't mean I'm not trying to do whatever it takes to be out there. Kevin, back to you.
Thanks a lot, Allie. Here's Watford. Here's Grimes. Another miss by Philadelphia.
I'll be honest, I'm a little surprised he missed that.
Here's Dosunmu. They get the rebound. Here's Collins. Pass to Dosunmu. Collins, a screen on Edwards. Here's Dosunmu. And that's a foul called on Zach Collins. That's foul number 2 for him.
And he drew that call by establishing his base early and then doing a great job with the box out.
He had to know that call was coming. You can't treat another guy like a jungle gym out there.
And Philadelphia making a change here. Drummond's checked in. Driving in. That one misses. Collins with some nice D. Here's her. Oh, my goodness, the slam.
Great teamwork punctuated by a strong finish.
Yeah, that's nice execution. Running with purpose and creating an easy scoring opportunity off the break.
Not quite enough defense that time around. Just lucky he was off.
So, Richard, from title contender to in the lottery. What went wrong for the Sixers last year?
Well, we could start at the top. Joel Embiid's health. He only played in 19 games. Then their young superstar Tyrese Maxey, he missed 30 games. And Paul George, he hyperextended his knee in the preseason and never looked comfortable all year. It was a nightmare year in Philly.
The 3, another 3 for Chicago.
My goodness, what a move there to lose the defender. Got him on his heels, and then he made it look easy from there on in.
McCain fouled in the act of shooting. Gets the bucket anyway, so a 3-point play chance for him.
I tell you what, it's almost like stealing to watch how he plays the game from this seat.
The 76ers shooting their 3rd free throw shot of the game. So Jared McCain, Richard, showed some serious promise in his rookie season until he was injured.
Yeah, it was cut short due to injury, but in those 23 games played, he averaged 15 points a game on a good shooting percentage. He's got a bright future.
Edwards passes to Grimes. High, arcing shot. It's rebounded by Herter. Chicago leading by 9. And here comes White, leading the fast break. Watford passes to Edwards. The 76ers with another miss.
And, guys, not sure where his head was on that shot. Not what this offense was designed to create.
And you couldn't get a better shot off? Like, come on, you got to make the extra pass. Like, being a teammate will go so far in this league.
1:03 left here in the third quarter. No one near Edwards as he lets it fly. Gets a very good look and converts. Chicago's gone into the three-point range 4 times since halftime and buried 2 of them. Here's White, and he banks in the layup. White's got 10 points in just the second half.
Yeah, attacking the interior is something White does well. He's crafty, and he makes good adjustments against the defense.
The Bulls have gone 6 of 8 on field goal attempts in the third. A 75% clip.
Oh, inflicting some punishment with the two-hand flush.
They're going for the throat. 7-second difference, shot and game clock, and contact on the shot, so he'll be shooting free throws here.
And with the offense getting right to the rim, at least they saved the layup.
The 76ers have made 2 of their previous 3 free throws in today's game.
And at the line last season, about 78% as a team. Pretty solid numbers.
All free throws good from Grimes. The Bulls leading by 11. Now here's White. He's got 10. Collins setting the pick for White. From deep three-point land. Rebound by the 76ers. Pass to McCain. Back to Grimes. Well, through 3 quarters of play, down double digits, it may be difficult to overcome. Bulls lead by 11. From the United Center. And there have been 2 very different performances from these teams today. We get going in quarter number 4. The Bulls shooting 65%, an outstanding offensive display from them. So on the floor for Philadelphia. In the backcourt, we'll see Maxey and Edgecombe. Joel Embiid out there with Kelly Oubre, and it's George in at the 3, the small forward. Maxey looking it over. Outside, George.
And you know, George is a tough cover. The length, the range, smooth athlete, very difficult to match up with.
And a moment here to take a look at the scoring breakdown for the Bulls.
They have found a lot of success in transition, running at every opportunity and getting points before the defense can get set.
And they're also finding a good deal of their points off turnovers tonight. Seems like every time they come up with an extra possession, they find a way to convert.
Here's Okoro, and Okoro throws it down.
The D just kind of stepping aside and letting him get to the rim.
There's a reason, GA, the lead is what it is right now.
Yeah, it's going to take better rim protection than that if they're going to climb out of this hole.
The finish was nice, but the setup was better.
Yeah, GA, the pick working to full effect before the stuff.
Yeah, you like the pick to set up the open shot. But when it leads to a dunk, okay, even better, you'll take it.
And when the score is as lopsided as it is, and you can see they smell blood in the water, the top man is going for the jumper. And all you got to do is look at the rebounding margin as to why they hold the lead.
They're limiting the offensive possessions for the other team. Tough to win with no extra possessions.
That's to Vucevic. That's good, and so Giddey with the assist. Giddey's got his 3rd assist on the night. Here's Edgecombe. Good work there as it goes. Edgecombe's got 4 points this quarter.
Unlike most young guards, Edgecombe would rather have it around the rim. Doesn't want to just chuck up J's.
Josh Giddey missed on the 3. The 76ers trail by 14. Maxey trying to get open as Oubre. Layup no good. Bulls have gone an outstanding 4 of 5 from the field in the 4th quarter so far. Now, here's Okoro. Defense is right there. Ah, it's good! good.
And that's just cold-blooded right there. He's taking no prisoners.
This is what you expect from him, just coming alive and dominating in effortless fashion here in the
Finishing with force. Whoa!
That's what I'm talking about.
And you want to talk about hang time. Edgecombe is still going up while others are coming down.
2 minutes remaining in the game. 2 minutes.
Smith sets the pick for Okoro. It misses. And here's Embiid. He'll bring it up for the Philadelphia 76ers. It's a 14-point game. 1:41 left here in the fourth quarter. Here's Giddey. Vucevic is screen on Maxey. Now Vucevic. Maxey rips down the rebound. George against Smith. Now George. Launches it. The shot misses. The Bulls leading by 14.
And these are the types of games where one team clearly has the edge. Tonight, it will be a win by a large margin for the Bulls.
This was a physical game.
Yeah, I mean, they were aware of the rotations defensively and were able to attack the rim.
And we watched one guy all night long, guys, and looking at the stats just confirms what a dominant game he had. What a night tonight it was for Isaac Okoro.
And he was getting buckets all night long, giving the defense that work.
Giddey takes it inside.
And you can sense that these fans, these players, they are ready to celebrate.
It's always nice to perform like this, especially in front of the faithful home crowd.
6 seconds separating the shot and game clocks. And they call an illegal screen here.
Beyond the leaning, you could see his feet weren't set on that screen. Easy call.
Look, guys get away with this all the time, but on this occasion, he got caught.
And so Chicago takes this one, and by a big margin. It was a tale of two teams tonight, one that was in total control, operating flawlessly. And
teams with some of the highest assist rates in the league.
Yeah, B.A. And it really goes to show the unselfish attitude they both have. Not to mention how many skilled passers are on both rosters.
And let's take a look at Boston's starting lineup. White and Brown are the wingmen. Tatum at the 4 with Queta in at the 5. And it's Simons in at the point guard position.
And I like how White shot it with confidence. He's reliable beyond the arc.
And it's Simons missing.
Well, that's what the defense has to do. Make that shot as uncomfortable for him as possible.
And after putting it down, he dangles from the rim a little.
Man, that's borderline taunting right there, Grant. They're playing with a certain swagger right now. Now here's White. And he buries his first look.
I like that from White. Attack in the heart of that defense.
Here's Buzelis, defended by Brown. Ooh, a two-handed power slam.
And this kind of sick slam is just one of the reasons this team is in charge of this game right now, B.A.
You know, there's an edge the way they played and a confidence they're not afraid to show. Got it.
Well, Tatum has some length on him. Gets down that lane in a hurry.
Well, Grant, you look at the Bulls, middling on both ends. What's their biggest need?
You know, B.A., I think it's length and athleticism. You can't have enough of those type of players in today's game. You look at their activity stats, the steals, offensive rebounds, very much in need of a boost.
White can't hit. For Boston, they've gone 3 of 4. Off to a nice start. Pass to Queta. Tatum looking it over. Down low. Nice pass, nice catch, and a resounding dunk.
And using his length, getting in close to stuff it down. That's just too easy.
White against White. Now here's White. He's guarded closely. The shot misses. The Celtics have gone 4 of 5 so far, looking sharp. White, the pass to Queta. Outside Tatum. White on the wing. Clock at 6. And a missed layup. Chicago trailing here. Let's check in with our reporter, Allie LaForce.
Well, Billy Donovan had a few moments to share with me. We talked about his approach in guarding Jason Tatum. He said, we want to crowd Tatum right from the jump and prevent him from getting into an early rhythm, especially from deep. Because when his three-point shot is falling, it opens up the rest of his game. Back to you, B.A.
All right, Allie, thanks once again. White for 3, and that one's good. That makes him 2 for 3.
Look, shooting off the catch is something White's become really good at.
Oh, they get a hand on it. On the break, and finished off by Tatum.
And this kind of play is only going to grow their lead, holding the other guys down on defense and converting on the turnover.
Tatum brings a double team. Okoro outside to snap the cold streak. Called in by Brown. Boston leading by 6. Grant, the thing about Jaylen Brown, he doesn't need a lot of... Whoa! Big finish!
And they're building up steam, getting out in front and trying not to look back.
Well, look, we've seen that no lead is safe these days. You got to keep scoring and extending that margin.
Pounding it inside early and often, setting a physical tone.
Outside Tatum. There's 47 seconds left now in the first quarter. 6 to shoot. Pass to White. From downtown. Here's Queta. Second chance effort. Lays it up and banks it in.
And if I'm his coach, I'm very pleased with this kind of energy on the offensive glass. Textbook play.
White, the pass to Vucevic. Back to White. Chicago passing it around. And he's headed to the line for 2. He gets the whistle there.
Well, defending Vucevic, it's rough and tumble.
Big time two-hand slam.
And right on top of the defender, too. That's got to feel good. Boston leading by 5. Tatum inside. He's against Smith. Queta, pass to Tatum. Misses in close. From deep three-point land. No good on the buzzer beater. Well, we've seen some great shots in the first quarter. No shortage of offense. It's the... And thanks again for tuning in. If you're just joining us, we've played through one quarter of action so far. And a chance to catch up on some numbers here. The hustle stats for Boston.
Well, they've set the tone early with their pace. So important to capitalize on transition opportunities, and it keeps the defense off balance.
And I've also liked how they've attacked the opposition off of turnovers. I mean, just making them pay for every mistake out there.
Isaac Okoro is out there with Kobe White. Then it's Smith. Then there's Nikola Vucevic. And it's Buzelis in at the 3 spot. So that's the 5 in the game for Chicago.
Hey, Brown can sky with the best of them. Terrific athlete.
Well, Stan, Joe Mazzulla is a young head coach taking over on the Celtics bench in 2022.
Well, B.A., he's got a rare intensity about him. Certainly not afraid to think outside the box, and obviously the results speak for themselves.
Tatum from long range. Jason Tatum, he's a sharpshooter.
Oh boy, Tatum has ways to hurt you from every area on the floor.
Pass to Vucevic. Out to the right wing. Three-pointer, Buzelis. Nice. Gets his second bucket. He's 2 for 4 now.
And both teams running long-range plays that are working.
Well, you know it's become a three-point shooting league. Teams shooting a steady diet from outside.
Tatum against Smith. Here's Brown. Simons outside. Boston needs to get off a shot here. Tatum gets the bucket.
In terms of offense, they've been the more efficient team by far.
Well, I think it's because they're calling sets that really match up well with their personnel.
Vucevic, the pass to Smith. That one falls. Coming off the Vucevic feed. Smith's got his first 2 points of the night.
When they get their opportunity to punch it inside, they don't hesitate.
On the wing, Tatum. Pass to Keita. And it's thrown down hard with both hands.
Slams it down with 2 hands.
Man, they're really getting aggressive now. Here's White. Uses the glass to finish the layup. White's got 11 points.
Well, as a guard like White, you need to score inside. Force teams to respect you everywhere.
And the call is going to be, yes, an illegal screen.
The screener was leaning a bit right there. His feet may not have been planted. Pretty obvious call by the officials.
Look, you can get away with a lot in terms of screens today. You can't make it that obvious.
Boucher's checked in for Keita. Vucevic's shot is off.
Just terrible defense. I don't know how he missed that shot.
2 minutes remaining in the first half. 2 minutes.
Outside Tatum. 1:52 left in the second quarter. Bulls trail by 7. The motor of Kobe White. Grant seems to be ready to run the entire game and then some.
Oh, totally, B.A. For someone who is quick and can jump and has a strong handle, he's got plenty of stamina. And as a guard, you trust Kobe will make those effort plays.
Plenty of daylight on that shot. Simon's gotten his second bucket of the game.
And the response, Simon's saying right back at you.
Pass to Buzelis. 1:11 left to play in the second quarter. Smith with a screen on Simons. Here's Okoro. No good, off the front rim. Boston leading by 7. On the wing, Simons. Guarded by Okoro. To the middle. The kick to Tatum. And out of bounds. It'll be Chicago ball. There's 39 seconds left in the first half. White against White. Now here's White. 11 points in the game. Boston pulls it in. They've led by as much as 10. To the paint. And finished off by Boucher.
Wow, that type of finish is just deflating right now for a team that's trying to make a comeback.
Ouch. That's certainly a big-time finish right there. It was one big exclamation point, or maybe even a question mark. Pass to Buzelis. Fires the three. Fires in the triple. Buzelis has got 9 points now in the quarter.
Well, with his skill and confidence with the ball, if you put him in position, he'll reward you.
And so it's Boston leading by 6 as we wrap up the quarter. Their key to consistency has been their dominance in the paint. They've been the more physical team. We'll be right back with you shortly. And we've got second half action for you. Thus far, a pretty evenly contested game. Well, you got to like what we're seeing from Coby White.
Through the first 2 quarters, he's been on fire. Explosive offensive performance.
Yeah, and in terms of slowing him down, I think they're going to have to change things up. Give him some different looks.
On the court right now for the Celtics. They've got Sam Hauser. Peyton Pritchard is out there with Chris Boucher. And it's Walsh in at the 2. And the Bulls with 1 playoff game win in the last 8 seasons. The lowest total over any 8-year stretch in franchise history, Stan.
Well, yeah, they've hovered around 500 for the last 4 seasons and been really competitive. But the problem is you can get stuck in that middle. Now, going young, can they find a path back to relevance?
And from the sideline, let's catch up with Allie.
Hey, Brian. The Celtics trying to keep that laser focus. Coach Joe Mazzulla said, quote, "The closer you are to winning, the easier it is to become distracted by things that you can't control. Things that don't matter. Mindset, discipline, and mental toughness are what separate you." Guys, back to you.
Staying dialed in. Allie, thanks very much for the report. Boucher passes to Pritchard. The 3. He can't hit that time. Giddey with a defensive effort. Here's DeSumo. Oh, and that one, no question, powered it down.
Incredible. I mean, high energy in transition. Just beating the defense up the floor.
Yeah, the commitment to run is paying great dividends on the break.
Boucher, and finished off by Boucher.
Well, he can play the 4 because he gets off the ground so well.
Collins a screen. Here's DeSumo, and he goes strong with the one-handed jam.
Hey, when in doubt, run the defender off the screen.
And you know, with a result like that, we'll see them run it again.
Yeah, defensive breakdown there. Gotta communicate and switch that screen.
Here's Giddey. Uses the glass on the layup. Giddey's gotten 4 this quarter.
And sometimes defenders just forget how tall Giddey is. I mean, the 6'8" guard is solid finishing inside.
And finished off by Boucher.
Look at the power on that.
He has to be one of the top dunkers in the game today. Giddey passes to Collins. From outside, off the mark. Celtics lead by 7. Third quarter here, and 3 minutes have come off the clock. Pritchard from outside. And again, Boston with the triple. And when it comes to taking an offense out of its rhythm, what are some of the primary methods, Grant?
Well, BA, you have to disrupt their flow. That can come from steals, deflections, block shots, even change shots. Anything that makes him feel uncomfortable.
Defensively, if you're going to disrupt his rhythm, you have to put more pressure on him.
Giddey against Pritchard, and the bucket is good. Pritchard's got 10 points in just the second half.
Well, you gotta love the finger roll. Always looks so smooth.
Herder gets the bucket.
Yeah, this is a highlight of Giddey's game. His innate ability to set others up.
Boucher a screen on Giddey. Pass to Minot. Now here's Boucher. Hauser outside. Boucher on the screen. And it's Giddey with a rebound.
Come on. If you're going to go for the crazy dunk, better finish it.
And now we have an intentional foul. I'm not sure why.
Yeah, bizarre play, B.A. Not sure what got into him.
There's 49 seconds left in the third. There's the drive. Collins outside. And it's out of bounds. Still Chicago's ball. Outside Herter. And that one is hammered home.
And just a lack of fight right now on the defensive end.
Right? At least on that slam it was. That's one way to let a team back in the game.
Yeah, but also credit the offense there. That's making a play when you really need it, and they need more of them.
Sees his man, threads the pass inside. Excellent teamwork.
Rob. To the inside, and so they foul intentionally.
Zach Collins. First personal foul. First team foul.
12 seconds left to play in the third quarter here. Hauser can't get it to go.
Not really what we expected. You know he wants that one back.
Here's Giddey. And it's good for two. Giddey's got 6.
Well, we know what kind of scorer he is, but he could use a little help.
And offensively, a great show for the fans through the first 3 quarters. It's... Man, I know I speak for all of us when I say I can't wait to see what kind of finish awaits us here in the fourth quarter. Smith out there with Nikola Vucevic. Then there's Isaac Okoro. Then it's Buzelis. And it's White in at the point. So that's the 5 in the game for Chicago. Oh, wasted no time on that one. And a closer look here at the hustle stats for the Celtics.
Well, they've shown just outstanding effort defensively, and it's resulted in several forced turnovers.
They're also finding a lot of points tonight off of transition play, running the floor and using the fast break to beat the defense.
White against White. 6 on the shot clock. Well, Coach, when you think about the NBA's steadiest contributors, Kobe White deserves a mention.
He sure does, B.A. Players like Kobe White are the foundational pieces that every team needs. He makes smart plays, and he's so consistent. You almost take it for granted.
And Grant, the Achilles tear for Jason Tatum, derailing the Celtics' attempt to defend their 2024 title.
Yeah, so hard to overcome losing your best player. Thankfully, this team has the depth to remain competitive in his absence.
And look, Brown is good at capitalizing inside, which is why the defense has to push him further away.
Oh, yeah, that'll do it.
Wow, an emphatic two-handed slam. Celtics lead by 6. On the wing, Simons. He's guarded by White. Pass to Brown. Simons deciding where to go with it. Oh, and they immediately answer back with a dunk on the other end.
The vertical of Simons getting all the way up to the rim.
Vucevic, a screen on Simons. And here's Vucevic. Knocks down the long J.
And defensively, how do you leave them that open in crunch time?
2 minutes gone by here in the fourth. Simons outside. Tatum outside. Jacks up a 3. Tatum with the three-point answer.
And nice shot by Tatum, answering the 3 from the other end.
White with it, now guarded by White. Now Smith shoots a 3, knocks down the trifecta.
Exchanging buckets from downtown. That's been a staple of tonight's game.
Yeah, sometimes you get in a shootout like this, but you just hope that you can get a stop first.
Tatum drives in. It's tipped, and they get it back. And the call will be against Derek White. That's his 3rd foul of the game.
And that puts them just 1 foul from the bonus.
White against White. Vucevic outside. They double team Vucevic. 5 on the clock. Here's Smith. Jacks up a 3. And rebounded by Tatum.
And it didn't register as an official block, but he did everything you want in disrupting that shot.
Well, you know, sometimes the most pivotal plays don't always go on the stat sheet.
I don't mind that. I mean,
and no surprise here at this stage of the game.
After the review, the ruling on the floor is overturned. Team foul.
with the coach's challenge in place, we've seen so many of these personal foul calls still disputed even after the video review.
There's no doubt there's going to be a gray area in a lot of these calls. But at least we have the option to take a second look, so the officials can be sure they get it right. So they see clear evidence of a bad call, and they're going to overturn it. Probably the right decision.
And give credit to the officials for recognizing the mistake and correcting it. Nobody likes to say they got it wrong, but they fixed it in a hurry.
Not that time. White with it. Guarded now by Okoro. Outside Simons. 1:10 left in the fourth quarter. Now White takes a three. No good.
You know, I think it's desperation time for them.
It's not going to be easy now. They're going to need just about everything to go right from this point on.
His teammates look too overzealous in the big moment, and he must be doing something right.
Now here's White. Guarded by Okoro. Tatum with it. Here's the pass to Brown. Shoots it. Oh, he missed the jumper.
Well, and even though he couldn't get that one to fall, that's a shot they want him to take. Precise delivery on the pass. Led him perfect.
And they committed intentional foul. We'll see another one of those, so they get into the penalty.
And a smart choice right there. I mean, you can't allow them to just drain the clock.
And so it's Tatum who brings up the ball for Boston. They've led by as much as 10.
Really feels like they're in control. They've got a big lead with time dwindling.
Yeah, and at this point, the focus is take care of the ball, no needless fouls, and no threes.
And so it's Boston with the W. Just a gutsy performance on the road.
It really was. When